I'm optimistic about Africa's future in general. Just the futurism of Africa. This is not the only futuristic city that is planned.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So you have Akon City, you have Echo Atlantic, you have Freedom in Ghana. I heard about that too. We haven't talked about it on the podcast yet, but I know he's building a futuristic $1 billion city in Ghana. South Africa, Cape Town already done. Cape Town ready.
Okay.
Cape Town is ready. You hear me?
Motor House.
Yeah. But there's places all over the world. Nairobi, Joburg, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of opportunity in Africa. There's a lot of things happening in Africa. And it's not just African people saying this. The world is
seeing it.
Africa is the future. All right, we here. All right. Okay, guys. Hey.
I say we up, the chat up.
Nigel, don't be mad.
Nigel, we love you, but we gotta investigate. See what's going on.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna see. Let me pull something up first because I wanted to explain to anybody who was unfamiliar with Akon City. So you guys may have known of the artist named Akon.
Why the fuck is that the picture?
Yeah, people have been calling this a scam, but I think a lot of people are quick to call something a scam when in fact he's doing something that has never been done before. So I'm not quick to call anybody a scammer or say anything like that. So I'm gonna give him a fair shot. You know what I mean? If his intentions are good, his intentions are good. If
they're not, he's gonna be locked up.
Locked up, won't let me out. Words have power, bruh. Words have power. All right. So we're gonna first show you guys a video of what Akon City is projected to look like, and then we'll get into Steven's video. Okay.
In Senegal.
This is in West Africa, Senegal.
Is that where he's from?
Yeah. So actually, Akon's father was really smart. So basically what happened with him, his father is Senegalese. Mm-hmm. They moved to America and had Akon in America. So Akon is technically an American citizen.
Yeah, smart.
Then he moved back to Senegal, where he grew up like up until middle school. Then him and his brother moved back and moved to like New York or something like that, Jersey. Okay. And that's when he grew up in high school and stuff like that. So. Okay. But yeah, so
my bad. I plugged a piece of the piece of the headphone.
So Akon has dual citizenship, but he has been very much on the side of telling African Americans that, hey, you guys should move to Africa. I remember watching some of his interviews with Drink Chance, Noriega. A couple other interviews that Akon said, and I'm not gonna lie, he was very, very persuasive.
Yeah, I do remember when like Akon City, but it was so long ago. It's like, oh, okay, now the time has passed. Like it's up and running now.
Right. So I do remember, like, he announced it before COVID. COVID did put a stump on a lot of developments. I mean, even Echo Atlantic that we looked into. Dr. Umar School, but his is actually coming up this year too.
Good.
So shout out to Umar. But yeah, so there's a lot of things that happen because of COVID, and then to just money issues flowing up and stuff like that. But basically, this is what it was projected. They did actually supposedly broke ground, I believe, in 2022 when they first broke ground.
Okay.
They did have a ceremony for that, and I did see a video on that. But yeah. When
did he start building? Like 2016? 17?
That's when it was announced, but like they didn't start until 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So, and this is a whole city we're talking about. So I know a lot of people just think like every city couldn't just be built up like Dubai, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Like I said, all I know is from all the information prior. I don't know what's been going on during this thing, so you guys might be more educated than me on it, but let's learn. I'm definitely here to learn. All I know is that this idea, what he's trying to do, I'm completely for and I'm completely with.
Yeah, like
and I want to support it.
I'm curious to know why they think it's a scam.
Me too. Yeah, me too. I don't know if it has some, he borrowed money from China, so maybe, I don't know. But, man, all right.
Whatever.
All right,
bullshit.
Let's get to this. So this Akon actually released this on his YouTube channel 3 years ago. So this is what Akon City is projected to look like.
I'm liking the layout already.
It's a vibe.
Is this what's already there, or this is just like the scale model?
This is scale model.
Okay.
So he talked about he was inspired by the first Black Panther movie to actually give us a real live Wakanda. So resorts, restaurants, that style, stadium, casino, mall, resort. Tech district.
I wonder, is everything gonna be like chromed out like that?
Yeah. Yeah, the beach way out there. So Dakar is the major city in Senegal at the moment. So this will be a new city 100 kilometers away. Yeah, I do know they built a new airport as well too. That's closer to this as well. And yacht life.
Everything takes time too.
It does. I'm not mad for anybody that has a vision. You know what I mean? I just hate the fact that some people's like, you're black, you can't do it. You know what I mean?
Literally. That's what I don't like about calling it a scam. Like, it gives like, oh, city mysteriously flooded. Like, no, I have some haters.
Right. And then Akon has been playing with the right ball players too. He had a lot of friends in the Middle East, oil money and stuff like that too. They want to invest. So the same thing with Echo Atlantic. Like
yeah. That's what I was gonna say next.
Everybody calls it a scam until it's there, and then everybody's mad that like they can't get into it.
Yeah. They weren't key investors originally.
Right. It's so easy to hate.
Okay.
All right. So basically, this is what Akon City was designed. It's designed to look like. Round of applause. Why not? Okay. So, as a Black American, I see that. I'm like, yes, do it. Let's go. Let's support. Let's get behind this. You know what I mean? What can we do? Like, whatever we can do, let's get this done. You know what I mean? I don't think any vision is too crazy. You know what I mean? I believe that as Black people, we have so much talents and gifts and stuff like that. So, like, why not finally get our city? You know what I mean? Or get city. So, and this doesn't have to be the only one as well, too. This is in Senegal, in West Africa. Not too far from Nigeria or Ghana and stuff like that too. Like this would be a win to me for Africa in general.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm an American from the outside looking in. You guys on the ground out there, so I'm very curious to see this. And this is from a trusted source. We've seen a couple of Steven videos.
Mm-hmm.
Loved a lot of Steven's content. He's done a great job. So. This video is entitled, I Visit Senegal to Investigate if Akon City is Truly a Scam. Damn, this video did numbers. Everybody wants to know. I'm not going to lie. Everybody wants to know. So let's get into it. Let's see what we can learn and go from there. This is the other thing too. I don't know if you've seen this statue before too.
Is that a European?
No, this is an African.
Okay, good.
Holding an African woman with an African baby, pointing to the Statue of Liberty in New York City.
What?
Yeah, this is in Africa. This is one of the largest statues in the world. One of the tallest statues in the world is here in Senegal, Africa.
What?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's gonna do an aerial view.
Last time you were here, you saying that Akon City was supposed to open in 2026.
It's taller than Christ the Redeemer.
I think it's like I think it's actually. I think this one is taller. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's called the Renaissance. The Renaissance statue in Senegal. The African Renaissance Monument. So yeah, this thing is huge.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's humongous.
Oh my God. Oh my God. The people.
Yeah.
They're like ants.
Yeah. There's like a whole museum in the bottom of this too and everything.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, now I have to put that on my bucket list.
Yeah.
Right next to Christ the Redeemer.
Yeah.
I think I'm probably going to see that first. But
so it's, you know what I mean? We don't we don't get to see, we don't even know shit like this exists.
I did not know that existed.
In Africa, you know what I mean? Like, so, and just look how, bro, like,
oh my God. You have to send me the link to that. I'm putting it on my bucket list.
Yeah, just the meaning behind all of it, what it represents, just looking at us in this way of fashion, like, it's like, come on now.
When was this built?
Great question, and I want to know, I think it was actually gifted to the Senegalese.
Somebody moved that?
I think somebody built it in
okay. I was like,
opened
in 2010. Okay.
Architect. Shout out to you, bruh. This is the architect of it. Can we know where he's from? He's from Senegal. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So maybe. Yeah, but if you guys don't know, this is in Dakar, Senegal. It was constructed by the Senegalese president. Okay.
So 2010.
Yeah, so 2010 is when it came up. So, all right, cool. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful monument. Definitely want to check that out as well too.
I think they said it started building in 2008.
Okay. And for you guys that you don't know, this is some more fun facts. So Senegal is in West Africa. This is actually the westernmost point in Africa. A lot of slaves did actually leave from the Senegal area as well too. There's a slave castle in Senegal as well too. So there's a lot of Black Americans that do have, ancestry. Yeah, back in Senegal.
Mm.
So when I trace my ancestry from my mother's lineage, it actually goes back to Guinea-Bissau. So the Jola people from Guinea-Bissau. So I don't know. She could have came through there. Niger. I know I did an African ancestry and I did a regular ancestry. The regular ancestry just shows your percentage of DNA throughout, and then the African ancestry actually traces back your mother's DNA all the way back to the tribe in Africa that you come from. Or you know what I mean? You might get an oopsie.
To say, I know when my mother traced hers back, well, like my mother's side, like I think their last name came from a royal that was sleeping with a slave, and I was like, oh, and he had a little slave baby.
Yeah, that happens a lot. So that's why they trace the maternal instinct. So because the mother has a certain like DNA that you can always trace back to, but the father, because the fathers were raping.
Rolling Stone.
Yeah. And our ancestors were raped by a lot of white men during the slavery process, stuff like that too. So they don't go by the father's DNA; they always trace the mother back, because you will trace the mother back to Africa if that is the case. So, but anyway, back into the video. Little, you know what I mean? Yeah, but get back into Akon City.
Why would they use this black clip?
I know. This was a great interview by him too on Vlad. I ain't gonna lie, I don't like Vlad, but this was a good interview that Akon did on there.
Where is Akon City at right now?
We're still on track. In 2018, a $6 billion Wakanda Smart City project was announced in Senegal by Akon.
That's only in 2018.
Senegalese American R&B hip-hop singer. We claimed to be a diaspora city on African soil.
A $6 billion project to transform a coastal village into a modern city in Senegal.
This city was going to have its own currency, a coin. The release models of the city that Akon
I think that's, if anything...
He ate that.
If anything, if that's the reason why it doesn't get built, it's because of that.
Yep.
Do I want to cancel our show now? Okay. Whenever you try to do your own currency, they don't like that.
They're like...
Whoever they are, they don't like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that could have been another reason for them saying like, oh, you're trying to do your own currency? Because the last time somebody tried to unify African coin, you got killed. Do your research. Anyway.
Term a real-life Wakanda is the Black Panther's fictional African technological advanced country has an intriguing architectural shape.
Bro, the buildings look like intestines. Are we capable of creating these?
There are lots of videos and articles describing the city as a fake city, accusing Akon to be a con artist.
Akon is behind a massive scam.
People sometimes are right.
I don't trust the pale man.
Yeah, I don't trust his, nothing he's
Wait, what?
Like, I don't...
Give me your evidence.
Right. Yeah.
Happened, something like this could never happen in Africa. It's been 2 years, the construction hasn't started. I hear that all the time. We're building a city.
Right.
You don't build a city in 24 hours. From the day I saw the launch, Senegal became a dream destination for me because I love futuristic cities. I even made a video about it 4 years ago. Senegal Akon City is a good way to start thinking of a new era in Africa. And
because even what was the other city? The one built, they filled in the land.
Echo Atlantic.
Echo Atlantic, like they've been building that for some years, and it's just now starting to like
get some life, right?
Yeah.
So like for him, that's just him saying that it started in 2018. Guys, we're in 2024. I don't know what you expect.
Like he'll probably see the fruits of his labor at like the end of his life.
Yeah, for sure. Like he's gonna be an older man. He's gonna probably write a book. It's like nobody thought I could do it. Everybody thought I was a scammer, and here you guys go. You're welcome. You know what I mean? That happens a lot. You know what I mean?
And you know, God forbid that it's not suddenly eradicated, and we just have our memories of it, and it's never spoke of again because of mystical reasons.
We got to really stop being so pessimistic when it comes to our own people and realize that we can do greatness just like every other people do. Like, if I show you guys what Dubai, I'm going to fuck it. Here you go.
Yeah, like, that's another thing. Like, fucking Dubai exists. But that's the thing. I don't see any black people so far being pessimistic. Just the naysayers are pale skins.
All right, guys. This is what Dubai looked like in 2020. It was dirt.
In 2020?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry,
2000?
2000.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
I'm sorry, in 2000. So it took 20 years for them to build this, but this is what it looked like in 2000. So just think of the possibilities. Like, in the Middle East, they have a lot of money. You know what I mean? This is what Seoul looked like in the 1900s. Now this is what it looked like. Like it's very possible. You know what I mean? Just people just look at like the Abu Dhabi was nothing in the 70s. Now look at it now. So, yeah, man. So anyway.
Futurism concept. So, I am taking a trip to Senegal to investigate things myself and hopefully meet Akon in person. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new and give this video a like. Arriving in the capital city of Senegal,
if I'm not mistaken, too, Senegal was colonized by the French, so I believe they speak French there.
I think so.
Yeah, hate the French.
Sahara atmosphere cannot go unnoticed. Temperatures here
That's
can
another
rise up
episode.
to 30 degrees in June and July, which is the hottest month. Oh, the sun in Senegal is crazy. It gives me like that northern Nigeria kind of vibe. It feels dry. I know we're closer to the Sahara. Very close, yeah? Yeah, very close. Yeah. I feel it. The dust and the dryness, yeah? You've gone to Mauritania? Yeah. You go there? Beautiful place? Beautiful place. Lots of articles come from the city as Africa's most expensive city, and a testament to that, I paid $50 from the airport to my Airbnb, and I was told that is the cheapest one could get. No wonder people commute with horses. Had I known, I would have ordered myself a horse like this gentleman. While Senegal's capital city, Dakar, can be on the pricier side compared to other African cities, it is still affordable for tourists coming in from countries with a stronger currency. A decent hotel in Dakar starts from $200 a night. I'm not a luxury traveler, so I negotiated and got myself this $50 a day Airbnb. So where do we go now? My mission here in Senegal is simple: to visit the famous Akon City. But first, I had to get a local tour guide who knows this area. Sadly, the guy I found doesn't communicate fluent English.
Comment on dit? Wait, attends.
Okay, take it again.
Sorry for my English, girl.
French is the official language here in Senegal. However, other native languages are spoken. My plan was to head straight to Akon City. I was informed it is located in the town of Mbodedin, 100 kilometers from the capital city, Dakar. I needed to get a car. Uber or e-cabs don't work here. You either rent a car or just walk up to the road and stop an empty taxi, then negotiate a fair price.
And negotiate a fair price.
The public transportation in Dakar is quite impressive as well. They have an organized train network. Commuting by train, however, seems to be the most affordable. We're at the railway station right now. It's about to be the train, and it's quite on time.
Man, it look better than Wamana.
It is called the African Renaissance.
It look better than our metro.
And I thought a quick stop to explore this huge monument would be a bad idea. The African Renaissance Monument is a 52-meter tall bronze statue located on top of one of the twin hills. The statue was designed by a Senegalese architect and built by a company from North Korea.
I knew it. I remember it being a country. I didn't want to say it like. I think it was North Korea. Yeah, North Korea. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know what to do. Thank you. I think.
Smiling man.
Oh man, but this is.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Prestige project aimed at providing monuments to herald the new era of African Renaissance and was built for $30 million. It shows a family drawn up towards the sky, the man carrying his child on his bicep and holding his wife by the waist. We took a lift to the top of the monument. Up here you get a panoramic view of the whole city of Dakar. Just right here we can see the head of the female, right? I think we are in the male's head. What does the building symbolize? What's the significance?
The child symbolizes future.
You can take an elevator up to his head.
Yeah, pointing his finger symbolizes future. And the mother, her hand branding symbolizes rootedness. And the father, muscular strength, the head of the family. The idea comes from the former president Abdoulaye Wade. And the Senegalese architect Pierre Goudiaby Atepa designed it. And the North Korean company installed it for 2 years, 2008-2010, at a cost of 12 billion.
12 billion?
Billion. 25 million euro, $30 million.
$30 million?
Yeah.
$30 freaking million too. Yo!
$30 million.
So if they spent that much money to build
I really want to know why North Korea did that for them, because it's like completely random.
Very left wing, like left field, compared to like what else they got going on over there.
For all the countries in the world, for them to spend 30 million USD to a African country that was colonized by the French, to give them a monument that shows so much strength and hope and futurism towards Africa's future, is very odd. Like why? You know what I mean? Like, he could have done it for another Asian country, you know what I mean, or
South Korea.
Yeah, or you know what I mean. So it's just like, why this? But there's so many things about it.
North Korea with like the strict.
Yeah, they it's a dictatorship.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to look at. They don't have internet. They don't have
no access to the outside world
at all. If they are caught, there's some people that flee and try to get into South Korea and stuff like that. Like it's North Korea is a very different kind of place. Like very few people are allowed to travel in. And then if you do travel in, you gotta be very respectful. I remember one person. I traveled to North Korea and he got arrested for like taking a picture of one of the monuments or something like that. They arrested him. I think he was an American tourist. It's a very, very different world, you know. But this is still an amazing and a beautiful monument. Just very, very inspiring. I would love to go. I'll go to Senegal just to look at this monument for sure.
I agree.
So.
Same.
How they be able to make that money back? The money, the inventory. So through tickets like this, you pay to enter. And how many million people come here a year? Last year, 2022. I don't say. On leaving the African Renaissance Monument,
been paid off
in traffic. The metro area population of Dakar in 2022 was 3.5 million. So it can get very busy towards close of office. It's 4 p.m. in Dakar. Time wasn't on my side because I needed to drive 100 kilometers to Akon City. So I decided to move that trip to Akon City
you can't take a boat.
day and instead bought a ferry to Gori Island.
Yeah.
So Gori Island, okay, so this is the slave island.
I've heard a lot about it. I mean, the island has a lot of like history when it comes to slave trade back in the day. So I hope I get to like visit the island and learn about this amazing thing.
With a 30-minute ferry, I arrived at Gori Island.
God damn, niggas was not getting off that island.
I fully understood why Gori Island.
It's like Rikers Island before it was Rikers. You know
From the
what I mean?
15th to the 19th century, it was the largest slave trading center on the African coast, ruled in succession by the Portuguese, Dutch, English, and French colonial masters.
Okay, so this is probably where a lot of the Brazilians came from.
In Gori Island,
you have 2,000 people live here, and maybe 1,500 is Muslim. The first European coming here is the Portuguese people, 1444.
Okay.
After Portuguese, Hollandese people, 36. After Hollandese, France. After French, English people.
Yeah, Brazil,
so the island is 900 long and 300 meters wide. Which is
the Caribbean islands.
Yeah, you're right. So like if they were colonized by the French and the Portuguese, probably not a lot of American slaves were here.
Came from here.
We mostly probably came from Ghana because that was the British. They spoke English, so that made more sense. So yeah, good catch on that.
Walking and feels like I'm walking end to end.
Its architecture is characterized by the contrast between the grim slave quarters and the elegant houses of the slave traders. Although the 28-hectare island has recorded no major construction since it was listed as a historical site in 1944, it served as a symbol of resilience and reconciliation.
The door of not return. If you go, you not come back. Never. 60 million die here, 4 million go.
Jeez.
Why do you call the door of no return?
60 million died, 4 million went.
Door, they never get back into the Canadian.
What I want to know is like, there's real lot of people who believe that this never happened.
60 million. Jesus, that's a big number.
And that's just this port.
That's just this port.
That's not the Cape Coast from Ghana Castle too. Like people, man.
4 million made it? Like 60 million?
Yeah.
And that's on that island. Like
right.
that's oh my God. Imagine the people that were like stuck on top of each other.
Yeah.
Like that's such a small island. 60 million?
And that transatlantic Middle Passage route, only 1/3 of the slaves survived. 2/3 died. They threw off a lot of them over, the boat and stuff like that when they died and stuff like that. Only 1/3. So when I say this a lot, that we're the strongest version of human beings because of what our ancestors, just off of pure DNA alone, what they were able to survive to make it. You know what I mean? Dying on the way there. Like this, man. All we want is equality.
I was about to say, damn near eradicated us. Like 60 million? And then that's, like you said, not even including the other ports. Like,
And then I fucked around and found out when I was in East Africa and I went to Tanzania, they got a fucking slave port over there too. I'm like, where the fuck did they take these niggas at? I'm like, how the fuck? I look at the map. I'm like, okay, how the fuck? Oh, I'm gonna show you something. Because this is all right. Give me the map. All right. Get me out of America. So, in Tanzania, in Zanzibar, they have an island called Stone Town in Zanzibar, which was also a major slave port on this island. Okay. So, I'm going to just zoom in here. So, this is Stone Town, major slave port for the east side of Africa. So, I went to that slave castle too. But when I look at a map and I zoom out, and I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. I've been taught
sailed from there,
Carmen, all the way around here to come over here
with barely any food or water, chained up.
I've been taught all my life that it was just the west coast of Africa, just Ghana, Nigeria, Senegal, Guinea. Like, I was just taught it was just West Africa. You mean to tell me all the way over here in East Africa they were doing it too?
Imagine, like, the people from these little ass fucking countries.
And that's the other part too.
Took over all of this.
The UK is this small, tiny island.
Portugal,
exactly. This tiny little country, Portugal, now takes over Brazil, this big ass landmass. And then I believe Angola is also a Portuguese colonized place. So like,
niggas is roaches.
It blows my mind how. But this tells you it's not just about the population and the size. It's the mindset.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the mindset and the system. Like how. Because if you look at it on a map, this doesn't make any sense. If you tell somebody that's not from Earth, like, yeah, some people from this island took over people on this gigantic continent and brought them over here and then wiped out all the native people in the Americas and brought all these people over. I'm like, man, this.
If you tell them that people from here told people from here to live, and then people from here took these people and killed these people, then people from here taught them how to live here, and they killed these people too.
Yeah.
Like,
I just learned something today too. I sent you a video on Billy Carson.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch that.
It's another video. I learned it makes so much sense. So Thoth, right? In Egypt, the Egyptian god.
Mm-hmm.
So his brother was casted out,
mm-hmm.
and God told him to live on the other side of the world.
Mm-hmm.
He's believed that it's the Olmec people in Mesopotamia, in the Americas. So this is why we get Teotihuacan, like all the pyramids and stuff like that, in the Yucatan Peninsula and stuff like that,
mm-hmm.
that have the same like what's the word? The same blueprints as like the Giza Plateau in Egypt
mm-hmm.
is in Mexico, in Yucatan Peninsula. And so it's like, this is how our people got over here. So like it makes sense. Anyway, I'm rambling. I know you guys are like, what is he talking about? I was fascinated by that. But anyway, sorry guys. I already knew this video was going to trigger me. Shout out to Steven. I didn't know he was going to do like a city tour of Senegal and Dakar, and we haven't been to Senegal yet on this channel. So shout out to all the Senegalese. If you guys are new here, shout out to you guys. Would love to come and visit you guys too, because I'm coming to see that monument regardless. I'm coming. Like, yeah, it's already locked in. It's going to be there. All right, so let's get back to the video, y'all.
To Europe, America, or whatever. So
y'all triggering me with the
no return. If you don't need go, just put her in water. They throw you in the water. Fish eat you. Fish eat you.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's probably sharks all through it. The shark infested.
This is the prison, guys. This right here is the prison.
Shout out to A. Berlin. I got you, bro.
long as 3 months in here. No ventilation, nothing.
Can't breathe.
You know, they said the shark migration route follows the slave trade.
Yeah.
There's somebody ready to come, you can see you.
The same way that sharks follow cruise ships because they throw a lot of food off because they was throwing us out, eating us.
And there's some too. Some of the warriors and the warrior slaves and stuff like that too.
Mm-hmm.
They would jump off the ships because they just like what Killmonger said at the end of Black Panther. Like I'd rather die than to go through what you're about to put me through.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the Africans jumped off the ship and like killed themselves because they did not want to go through what they were going through. Like women in this dark ass room with no windows, no ventilation, just sitting here for months and months, and then just some random white guy comes and rapes them, and then now you get shipped off. Like it's just so fucked up. Like this is so demonic, and they call us violent. But anyway.
Big Ben,
yeah.
If there's somebody ready to come, you can see you. It's the VRs, it's the stacks.
Slaves were here?
Yeah, the slaves here.
They sleep in this place?
Yeah, the room have a 2 meter and a half, a 2 meter and a half. You can put 50
people here?
Yeah.
Oh my god. 50 people stay in this room.
Guys, look at the window. This is the whole window for this place. So this is literally where they would get their ventilation from. Which is
it's the intentionality of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you're not jumping out of here.
Cave, so the children would stay. 45 children.
The island of Gori is an exceptional testimony to one of the greatest strategy in the history of human society. Today it continues to serve as a reminder of human exploitation and a sanctuary for reconciliation.
Why should people visit Korea Island?
And it's a lot of history. It's 400 years they shoot during this.
Yeah.
Reason why all the people they come back here to say like I'm sorry.
Are they truly sorry?
Yeah, we
all the things
can
they did.
forgive, but we never forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, that white guilt is strong. There's a lot of them do come back to look at this.
400 years is not easy to forget.
400 years.
Yeah. But when you come in the island and you want to do the visit, you ask for Muhammad.
Of course.
You have my Instagram, No Bless Forever, the name.
Yeah.
No Bless Forever.
I'm gonna link it up, bro.
Inshallah.
Thank you
see
so much.
Huh?
Come to Korea Island.
Yeah, thank
you.
For
this young man.
Yeah, see you, my friend.
So what I'm going to do today is we're heading to Akon City.
I like that he put that part in the video.
Me too.
Go to Akon City.
Very important.
Nothing.
Ah, why?
Maybe Akon don't have Akon have a problem political with the government.
Yeah.
I think.
The ride to Akon City was filled with so many things to see, but I was very curious to see this futuristic city envisioned as a sustainable metropolis powered by renewable energy. We drove 2 hours and passed through countless toll gates. We got lost at some point, but was saved by Google Maps, which after we got lost again.
So I just asked the young man right here, how far away? He's saying 2 hours. We've been driving for what? 15 minutes. Right? 2 hours ago, he said it's 2 hours. Yeah. 2 hours.
So it's gonna be 1.
Yeah.
After 1 hour, he said 3 hours.
Oh, trust me, they're coming. They gonna invest.
I was welcomed by this building.
I will tell y'all a secret. White people, they're not scared. They're not scared to invest in new opportunities and stuff like that. Like they will, if you look up gentrification and see how they do it, you can see how they do it in America. They are not scared. This parts of DC now, like growing up, it's completely different. You would not expect to see a white
Our country
face.
was built on gentrification.
Right, exactly.
History will repeat itself.
Yeah. So look at that as a sign. Then you're going to start seeing bike lanes at Starbucks and you'll be like, yo, what happened to the crack house that was over here 10 years ago? I thought this was a scam.
The graffiti written Akon City boldly on the wall. This is nothing futuristic like I saw in the CGI.
So we're approaching Akon City, as you can see. That is Akon, and it says Akon City.
The best city. You have to go, guys. You have to do it.
Alright, we're almost close. That's Akon City over there.
We drove inside the city and this was all I saw.
This right here is the only building that has been built in Akon City.
Although this building looked futuristic, but this project is looking like a disappointment. An interview with Akon, he blamed the pandemic, saying everything was pushed back by 2 years.
The thing about the COVID, it kind of stalled a bit because a lot of partners and solution, providers obviously had to lock down, but it didn't affect more so of the paper pusher side of it. So now we're in a stage of feasibility studies, environmental studies. Those are things that you can't do it unless you're actually on the grounds. So that kind of slacked up a little bit, but now we're back pretty much on track, still moving. Now construction is starting 2023. But we still have the 3-year window for the first phase to be done, and our goal is to be the first phase to be done still by 2026 to make the Junior Olympics in Senegal.
Although this proposed $6 billion city is not what Akon promised us to be, Akon has some outstanding achievements to his name.
But you actually helped millions of people, lighting Africa.
Man.
Brought electricity to places that have never had it.
That itself, Akon's lighting of Africa. Akon has put electricity in millions of people in Africa's homes using solar and stuff like that. He used his own money and stuff to do that, and some assistance as well too. But he did accomplish that. That's something that he already can write off and say that he did already for his legacy. This is just an additional thing that he's trying to do. So that's another reason why I'm not calling him a scammer, because he actually did that. He actually did that.
And I feel like it's really easy to like poke holes in things when like the finished product isn't there yet. Like it's very easy to be like, oh no, this is supposed to be like this. This is supposed to be like that.
Yeah. If they hating on you this hard, that means you're doing something incredible. You're doing something great. You know what I mean? So let them hate, man. Let them hate.
Industry, he wanted to send resources to Senegal, which is where he's from. In 2014, Akon Lighting Africa was launched, and the first year of launch, this project brought solar energies to 14 different African countries. And by 2022, Akon Lighting Africa had installed 100,000 solar power street lamps and had created more than 5,000 jobs. Because of Akon, 28.8 million people can now enjoy the same benefits of electricity that other parts of the world enjoy. But building a Wakanda-inspired city was out of his reach. The first stone was laid in 2020, and since then, the whole area around it has been mostly grassland with animal grazing on it. Citizens have been promised mouth-watering job opportunities and a better economy, are now beginning to question the efficacy of a deal with the federal government and the celebrity Akon. But Akon still somehow have high hopes of achieving his dream by building a Wakanda-inspired Akon City.
As of right now, you're going to have the hotel.
Okay.
You're going to also have the Akon Tower, which is built, which is the corporate building. We're also going to have the boating docks and everything else, which will have the restaurants, F&B, which is food and beverage, all the stores that sell food and everything else like that. So we'll be in a good position to be able to invite the first wave of tourists, people that's coming to visit.
This city is going to be built on 2,000 acres. Some say the government gave him the land, but Akon said he bought it.
That's one of the biggest misconceptions. They thought that the government actually gave me the land. I actually had to buy it. Like, it's fully purchased out. But I am bringing the government in to partner for a basic, somebody has to be enforcing the rules and stuff within the city itself.
So to answer the question, is Akon City really a scam? In my opinion, Akon was being unrealistically ambitious on this project, with reason being, first, his line of credit from China is accumulating. So where was he going to get the extra $5 billion to fund this project? And also the any potential of an average Senegalese and the political instability in Senegal might not allow this project to come to life. The CGI showing the city prototype looks unrealistic. I mean, look at the structures. He even received heat from critics who thought the city model had nothing that was culturally African and therefore should not have been themed an Afro-futuristic city. But looking at this, it looks like a 2050 project. They even proposed cryptocurrency, Acoin, which the city was going to run on, is currently not listed on any crypto exchange website, so nobody can buy, sell, or use it anywhere.
2 hours 30 minutes away from the city of Dakar to get here to the village where Akon City was supposed to be built. Yeah, I really was looking up to this project actually. I wanted it to come.
And then for them to say that the structures are unrealistic when we just seen a house built around a goddamn boulder.
Right.
Like,
you don't know what's realistic or what's not. You know what I mean? You don't know who he knows who's, hey, can you make this happen? And somebody said, yeah, we can make this happen. Maybe.
I feel like we've seen all types of different structures built around the world. So to say it's unrealistic and it's not Afro culture. Like, what does that even mean?
Right. He's African.
Yeah.
It's being built on African culture. Oh my God. Man. I'm not.
Now the political state of Senegal, I'm not too aware of to like really speak on that, but that could possibly be another reason. Yeah, another factor as why, like, you know, maybe but also it's like it's only been like since 2018, like,
right, like
not a lot of time to build an entire city.
They literally started last year in 2023 by putting the first bricks down. So, you know, I get it that he's trying to get it because apparently the Olympics is coming in 2026. Whenever the Olympics comes to your country, that's going to be a big moneymaker. Because I remember when the Olympics went to South Africa, how much South Africa has grown since then. Like Cape Town has grown tremendously after the Olympic Games came there. So like that is going to bring money and tourism. So hopefully the government uses that money responsibly to build up their country from there. I know Akon is being ambitious by trying to get some things done before they arrive. Now, he is on the time clock. If he's still saying that he's trying to push for 2026.
Yeah, it's already about to be 2025.
Yeah, like we're coming to the end of 2024. So he got like 2 years to like make this shit look like something. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying it's impossible.
But you're going to need a lot of manpower.
Yeah.
A lot of extra money. And, you know, considering the fact that he hasn't he's already gotten $1 billion.
500 billion.
Oof.
From China. He has I think it's like a 500 billion credit line from China. So he has some money to get it going. But they're wondering too, how is he going to pay that money back with interest? Because China is doing this a lot in Africa. They're doing this a lot around the world, where they're giving out a lot of money and loans to African countries, and these African countries can't pay the loan back.
And then they're like, well, now we own it.
Exactly. And that's happening a lot. So I know Kenya has investors in China. Now, Kenya, like, is like, from my perspective, from visiting there, Nairobi looks like a metropolis. You know what I mean? It's a very up and coming city, like beautiful skyline, beautiful things to do. I feel safe, and that new highway line that takes you to the beach. Like, I see where that money has went and is being useful. You know what I mean? But I know they still have issues with like paying that money back in interest. It's a lot of money. You know what I mean? So I know Akon is going to have to deal with that too. But this is a big risk and a lot of no risk, no reward though. At the same time, you know what I mean? But if he pulls this off, people will come.
When was this video made?
This video was made 3 months ago.
I don't know. Like you said, I don't think he's trying to scam. It does, like, when you put it like that, it does kind of seem a little unrealistic, considering that you don't have anything down.
Yeah, all you have is what that building is. He's showing you right there.
And that was 3 months ago, and like we're about 5 months out from 2025, so that gives them really a year to.
Well, he wants it up by 2026.
Yeah, so but 2025, 2026, you got that year.
Yeah. He has 2 years.
Yeah.
He has 2 years.
Well, when is the Olympics date?
Let's see. 2026 Senegal Olympics.
So if it's not built, then where would they have it?
It's going to be in the car. It's still going to be in the car where the Renaissance Mountain is, 100 kilometers away. So regardless,
the car. Okay.
They're going to be in the car. So, but he still wants, because people are going to be coming, he still wants Akon City to be like people to come and check it out. You know what I mean? Since they're going to be in the country. So The opening date is October 31st, 2026. So he has a little bit. He has 2 years, 2 months to get this thing, looking like something. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not. I'm. It's ambitious. It's ambitious.
It is ambitious.
It's ambitious. But from his track record for what he did with Lighting of Africa, to me shows that he is genuine in helping Africa and helping his country in Senegal.
Yes, I think scam was the wrong word for people to use.
Yeah, because I think even regardless, if he can't get it up, and this is the problem when you promise people a date and you hold them, they hold you to that date.
They're over your head.
Yeah, it's like, see, told you you couldn't do it. You know what I mean? Like, so you have that. And I still think that even if he doesn't make it to the 2026 date, I don't give a fuck. Get it done. You know what I mean? I don't care if it takes a 2030, 2040, 2050. Get it done.
Yeah, like stick to it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I think that this is important. So all right. Now finish it
People, they had their own currency called Akon that was going to use for transaction in the city, and most of all, it was going to bring a lot of diasporans into the country to also help the economy.
What's poppin', Juice?
But it's just sad. This is all it is.
But I still got to enjoy the beauty of Senegal. And on my way back, I went through the famous pink lake that wasn't really pink.
Why is the lake not pink?
But the pink there is depend on the weather. Normal time is
December, January.
Oh yeah, they got a pink lake.
So now it's not pink.
Now it's not pink, yeah.
A lot of people come here to see the pink.
Yeah.
I am unfortunate that I can't see the pink.
December, January, so I go to the pink lake on my birthday. Can I swim in it?
Its color is usually particularly strong from late January to about March during the dry season.
They bring this salt from the water.
Yeah, from the water, from the lake.
The lake is known for its high salt content of up to 40% in some areas. Salt is being harvested here and exported.
So this is for sale. How much is this? Sefa?
200,000 Sefa from my money.
And you can see from this drone shot there's a guy on there trying to harvest the salt. How long does it take for them to get the salt out? 8 hours. 8 hours?
Wow.
You use the salt for cooking?
Yeah, no, this one is not good for cooking.
Oh, okay.
But this is the big one. This is
That's what they put on the ground for snow.
Afterwards, when you are tired, you can put inside the basket, you take shower.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
good for your skin. Okay.
Oh, we have the little one, good for cooking.
You know, everybody out there
Thank
skin
you so much
does
for
look
watching this
amazing.
video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your comments below. Subscribe to the channel and I'll see you in the next video.
All right, round of applause. All right. Shout out to Steven once again for giving us some great insight on the ground. All right, I'm gonna read some of the comments and we can kind of give our final takes on it. So, all right, shout out to A Berlin. He said this episode will be fire. He said it's not a scam. Imagine trying to. He said imagine trying to build a city and you're a black person with limited resources. Of course, it won't be easy, but definitely it will be done and completed in the near future. People just hating because it's in Africa. Yeah, I agree with you, man. He said, shout out to Akon for real. Most tribes from West Africa also migrated to South Africa. Bantu people. I did hear about that. He said a lot of oil money there for sure. Cage No Jing was popping. Juice was popping. They're watching from Durban, South Africa. What's up, Durban? He said, I wonder why the slave castles in Durban got demolished when apartheid ended in South Africa. Interesting. Yeah, so I bet there was a lot of more slave castles all around the coast around Africa that, you know, probably did get demolished, did get destroyed. People were probably ashamed of it and try to like get rid of the evidence and stuff like that. There's only a few places, you know, around the world that still, you know, show it just as a reminder. Like, you know, we mentioned, you know, Gorée Island here in Senegal, the Cape Coast, and the Ghana slave castle in Ghana, the Stone Town in Zanzibar. There's others as well too. But yeah, this thing was done all around the world. This is, you know, insane to me. And you know, watching him go in there, like it gave me flashbacks from when I went in the slave castle in Ghana and seeing it. Yeah, this I encourage anybody. I know it's really hard. I know there's a lot of slave porn and movies and the internet stuff like that, but it's something different when you actually go, experience it for yourself, talk to the people there. Like, you know, I explained to this on this show a lot too. When I went to the Ghana Slave Castle and I talked to the tour guide there, a very knowledgeable guy. He was like, you know, just to let you know, we did try. We fought for you. There were many kingdoms and warriors that fought to kill the generals that were taking the slave castle and stuff like that. It wasn't just all of them just, you know, sneaking and lying and trading ourselves into slavery. You know, that new narrative that we sold ourselves into slavery, and that was just everybody. Like what Carmen highlighted earlier, like it was 40 million people that died going there. Not all of them were tricked, you know what I mean, and sold into slavery. Some were captives. Some were. There's so many factors, and people try to just simplify how this thing actually works. This is a very complex system that was done. You know, maybe we go more in deep into it in another episode and stuff like that. But anyway, I appreciate Steven for giving us insight a little bit on Senegal's history, doing the African Renaissance Monument, the Gorée Island, and then, you know, eventually showing us what Akon City looks like, you know, now. I'm not calling it a scam because Akon, to me, has proven with his Lighting of Africa initiative that he's genuine in what he's trying to do. So I'm giving him a chance. Do I think that his due date is
a little ambitious?
It's just a little ambitious. But even if he cannot make the due date, I'm not going to hold that over his head. Just get it done. It's my thing. Just don't give up on it. But yeah, Carmen, what do you think of the video and everything we saw?
I really do like that he highlighted the castle as well as the history behind it. I'm very happy that I learned about this monument. Like, that's something new that I can put on my bucket list. Like, I did not know this existed.
Right.
It's freaking huge.
Yeah.
As far as Akon City, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of walked into this like thinking there would be more.
Yeah, I was hoping there was gonna be more too. Yeah.
I did think there was gonna be a little bit more, just like something.
Yeah.
But like I said, I feel like scam is not the word for someone to use. Like, scam is if he had malicious intent, and I don't think his intent was malicious. I just think the factors of like what has been going on in the world over these last 4 years, on top of like having an ambitious plan, like who knows what would have been here if COVID never happened.
Right. Good point.
And then like it's not like the money isn't there, but you have to get the workers, you have to get the people, you have to get the materials. It's not just the money. Like you can have the money, but the time, the materials, and the materials and the manpower, like that all makes a big difference. Like, do I see it being even like a sports dome being completed by 2026? Probably not. And even if the dome itself is completed, the surrounding areas to be able to make additional money, I don't really see that happening. Right. But you know, like you said before, I definitely still would like to see him go through with the plan and see what it looks like maybe 10 years from now.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, and revisit this maybe a year or two just to see like where the progress is.
Right. Now, if we come back a year or two and that same structure is still sitting right there, then we might need to do some more investigation. We can go Akon up. But no, I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm optimistic about this, and I'm optimistic about Africa's future in general. Just the futurism of Africa. This is not the only futuristic city that is planned.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So you have Akon City, you have Echo Atlantic, you have Freedom in Ghana. I heard about that too. We haven't talked about it on the podcast yet, but I know he's building a futuristic $1 billion city in Ghana. You know, South Africa, Cape Town already done. Cape Town ready.
Okay.
Cape Town is ready. You hear me?
Motor House.
Yeah. But there's places all over the world. Nairobi, Joburg, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of opportunity in Africa. There's a lot of things happening in Africa. And it's not just African people saying this. The world is saying
seeing it.
Africa is the future.
Yeah.
You know? So
Africa is the future. It was the past. It's like everybody. I'm not gonna say accept our people, but it's like we always seem to be late to the party.
We're the most critical of ourselves. That's like always been our biggest thing. Like we're so critical of ourselves, and we're so loud when we criticize ourselves. It comes off as being self-hated.
People, 400 years of oppression. It's like we're brainwashed. Oh, yeah,
just get over it. You're
brainwashed.
You have the same opportunity as everybody else. You're fine. But yeah, it's I'm actually excited to see Africa's future, and hoping to be a part of it as well too. With this platform that we built and have, we have the voice. This is a communication bridge for us and you guys, and we want to continue to keep this going. So we appreciate everybody that tuned in and watching. Thank you guys so much. We definitely gave you guys a full episode today. I want to thank my co-host Carmen once again. I'm gonna give her a round of applause. Thank you, Carmen.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for pulling up. Any final words for the people before we get up out of here?
Get out of this country!
Oh man!
Enjoy your week. We'll see you next Monday.
What do you want to hear on the way out? What do you want to hear?
There was a song that I wanted to hear. I thought about it earlier and I freaking forgot it. Play that locked up.
You want to hear? Oh man!
Wow, the fact that it's not even on the first screen is actually insane.
And so that's Jeezy. But.
Yeah, no, I want to hear that.
All right, guys.
Trying to find a motive. Why do what I do?